Welcome to News Briefs. Kicking things off in Congress, we've seen the official launch of the Cucos Hypersonic. Now, this sounds important, but what exactly is it?
Well, Cucos Hypersonic, it's actually a new congressional caucus. And significantly, it's bipartisan.
Or partisan, okay. And focus on.
Specifically on advancing hypersonic missile technology. So yeah, it signals a pretty unified push in defense tech, which is, kind of rare these days.
Right, that unity is definitely notable. Staying on Capitol Hill, the Senate passed that rescission package, $9 billion.
That's right, proposed by the Trump administration. It cuts foreign aid, public media funds.
And the vote was incredibly tight, wasn't it? 51-48. What does a vote that close really signal?
Yeah, razor thin. It just underscores, I think, how deeply divided the political landscape is right now. And those cuts, especially to public media, they're significant. It often means a shift in priorities.
Meanwhile, the House is still working on crypto and defense spending, correct?
Exactly. Ongoing work there.
Okay, let's turn to the Supreme Court. Their docket seems, well, packed. They granted a partial stay related to a Trump executive order.
They did. And interestingly, this is the 16th emergency order granted to the Trump administration in its second term.
16. Wow. That seems like a lot.
It is a high number, and this growing reliance on emergency orders, it's a trend. It basically fast-tracks policy, bypassing some of the usual legislative and judicial checks.
So it really centralizes power within the executive branch.
Significantly, yes. It's a strategic move that, could really redefine executive authority in the long run.
And they also ruled on that Montgomery Schools case about the LGBTQ plus themed books.
Yes, they sided with the parents there, mainly because there wasn't an opt-out option. It highlights that ongoing tension, doesn't it, between parental rights and school curricula?
Definitely. And they also upheld that Texas law, HB 1181.
That's the one requiring age verification for explicit online content. They upheld it under First Amendment scrutiny. So lots happening at the court.
Clearly. Okay, let's shift focus internationally. The situation in Gaza. Military operations are continuing.
Yes, sadly. Reports indicate 93 Palestinian deaths just in the last 24 hours.
Grim numbers. And there are political shifts within Israel, too.
That's right. Two ultra-Orthodox parties have actually left Netanyahu's coalition, so politically volatile there as well.
And how's the international community responding to all this?
Well, the pressure is definitely escalating. There was a summit in Bogota, I believe, where 30 countries announced measures against Israel, things like banning arms sales.
Wow, 30 countries.
And Brazil also decided to join the genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. So yeah, heightened global scrutiny is the takeaway.
Okay, let's pivot to global trade. There was a U.S.-Indonesia deal.
Correct. Indonesia is buying Boeing jets, and in return, the U.S. is reducing a tariff it had threatened, sort of quid pro quo.
But this comes alongside Trump warning about a possible general tariff for loads of countries.
Over 150 countries, potentially. It really showcases the current trade landscape. You have these bilateral deals happening, but also this looming threat of, broad protectionism hanging over global supply chains.
It's a complex picture. And on a related international note, the U.S. expelled 5 immigrants.
Yes, to Eswatini for deportation back to their home countries. This followed a Supreme Court ruling, and it just highlights the really complex legal issues around international migration.
Right. Okay, let's dive into the economy now. U.S. real GDP. It actually went down in Q1 2025.
Yeah, decreased by 0.5% annually. We saw declines in business spending, consumer spending, even personal disposable income dipped slightly. The current account deficit also expanded.
So clear signs of economic cooling yet.
Definitely points that way. But here's the curious bit. Nominal personal income actually increased in all states during that same period.
Increased, while GDP fell.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's complex, isn't it? It suggests maybe an uneven contraction, or perhaps household finances are holding up better than the overall figures suggest, at least nominally. It certainly raises questions.
And the global outlook.
Global growth projections are holding steady, but they're low, around 3.3%. There was a slight upward revision for the U.S., interestingly, but big concerns remain on the horizon.
Like Trump's potential tariff policies.
Exactly. That's a major risk factor for the global economy and supply chains. Plus, the ongoing disruptions in the Red Sea estimates suggest they could add something like 0.6% to global prices. So, economic cross-currents and risks abound.
Okay, turning now to some social narratives. The Epstein scandal is still making headlines. The Department of Justice decided not to publish more documents.
Correct. And that decision sparked quite a bit of criticism, even from Trump supporters. Trump himself apparently called them weak on the issue. The official memo concluded suicide and denied any incriminating client list existed in those files.
But the skepticism continues.
Oh, absolutely. This just fuels it, really. It taps into those broader themes of public trust, or lack thereof, and the ongoing demand for accountability and transparency.
And there was news about a prosecutor involved.
Yes, Maureen Comey, who was involved in both the Epstein and Diddy cases, was reportedly dismissed. That just adds another layer of intrigue, doesn't it? Republicans are calling for transparency, Democrats want a public hearing, and Ghislaine Maxwell has apparently said she's ready to talk about this alleged client list.
It's far from over, it seems.
Hmm.
Okay, shifting to the environment. There was a big earthquake in Alaska.
Yes, magnitude 7.3 near Sandpoint. Importantly, it was quite shallow, only about 20 kilometers deep.
Shallow quakes are often more dangerous, right?
They can be, yes. Fortunately, the initial tsunami alert was canceled, and reports suggest no significant damage occurred. Good news there.
But extreme weather seems relentless elsewhere.
It really does. We saw a deadly thunderstorm in New York, 1 death, 13 injuries at an archery range. A food delivery person narrowly missed a lightning strike there, too. Then tornadoes reported in Wisconsin and also in Europe. And that historic heat wave across Europe, just brutal. At least 7 deaths reported in France and Spain, plus related forest fires in Turkey, Spain, and France.
It feels like these events are escalating.
It certainly fits a broader global pattern, and it presents an immense challenge for the new COP30 president, Andre Correa de Lago, especially with, global distractions and the potential impact if the U.S. were to withdraw from the Paris Agreement again.
Huge challenges indeed. All right, let's wrap up with a look at human endeavor and, well, the extraordinary. Some medical news.
Yes, a few interesting developments. The FDA granted priority review for a Johnson & Johnson bladder cancer treatment, TAR-300, and fast-track designation for Senate Epigenetics Zen3694 for a rare carcinoma.
So, speeding up potential treatments.
Exactly. And Aldera Terapix had its new drug application accepted for Reproxalap for dry eye disease. Also, some fascinating research linking a mother's metabolism during lactation to protection against breast cancer later on.
That sounds potentially groundbreaking for future health interventions.
It could be, yes. Very promising area.
On a much lighter note, from entertainment, Emma Watson and Zoe Wanamaker.
Huh? Yes. Apparently, both actresses received 6-month driving bans on the same day for speeding offenses in Oxford. A strange coincidence.
A bit of shared human experience there amidst all the heavy news.
Indeed.
And finally, something truly unique. A massive Martian rock sold for millions.
A huge one. 24 kilograms found in Northwest Africa. It sold for $5.3 million in New York. It's believed to be the largest piece of Mars found here on Earth.
Incredible. And a dinosaur skeleton also fetched a high price.
A rare Ceratosaurus skeleton, yes, sold for $30.5 million. It just shows the astonishing value we place on these unique artifacts, doesn't it? Whether from Earth's distant past or, well, from another planet entirely.
Absolutely incredible. Well, that's quite a sweep through today's landscape. We've covered a lot of ground, from political maneuvering to global tensions, economic shifts, and even Martian rocks.
We certainly have. And perhaps a final thought for you listening. As you process all these different stories, the politics, the economy, the climate challenges, the scientific advances, try to think about how they might connect. What underlying shifts might these seemingly disparate events reveal about the direction our world is heading? It's always worth looking for those deeper connections.